Ma'ath. Ha'ida payum. I'll. Pada wa ya. Hala wa yum. Verse 51. Ma'ath. Bakawar. Banaya Yasra'ala. La Kwakha. Atha. Hakasapar. Salakia. Hakasap. Hamasha. Washashayam. Washalash. Ma'awath. Wa'alap. Bashakwal. Hakwadash. Verse 51. Wayathan. Masha. Atha. Kasap. Hapadasha. Salakia. Hapadayam. La Ahran. Wala Banai. Salakia. Wala Banayam. La Slakia. Wala Banayawa. Al. Paya. Yahawa. Ka'ashar. Tazawah. Yahweh. Ath. Mashah.
All right, let's get that in the English, bro. For sure.
This is the book of Leviticus. The book of Numbers, chapter 3, verse 33 in English. It's like Merari. Of Merari was the family of the Mahalites and the family of the Mushites. These are the family of Merari. Verse 34. And those that were numbered of them, according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward, were 6,200. Verse 35. And the chief of the house of the father of the families of Merari was Zerael, the son of Abihail. These shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle northward. Verse 36.
Again, you see how tactical it is? Every time there's a flank that's set up on a specific side, so all that is filled in. And even still, it doesn't necessarily always rely on one family or one tribe. There's multiple backup. That's how serious it is about keeping the temple protected. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like having security in a 360 around the camp.
Right.
When we were at camp, you know what I'm saying? Except imagine the Ark of the Covenant being in the center of the camp with the scrolls there as we go to war. It's no different. It's that this is an established place, right? With the tents and everything that's set up. That's no different than having a security here. Well, of course, we got Shamar, we got cameras and stuff like that. But Israel needs to come back to the truth so that we can have more defenders of the faith,
right,
and of the tabernacle, and people that can upkeep here in the tabernacle, like what your honor is. Remember, that's an honorable thing to do when we read in Leviticus about keeping up with the school and being here in the actual building, close to the altar, making sure everything's on point. You know what I'm saying? So definitely take craftiness into that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's as simple as revamping some of the paperwork on a scroll that gets scratched up, or like the brother helping with the hinges on the door. You know what I'm saying? Just having that zeal of just making everything as smooth as possible, because there's going to come a time where even higher ranked priests, you know what I'm saying, in the school that haven't been here yet, are going to walk in and see all that love that you put in. That's part of the reason why the Feast of Dedication is so heavy, because we had to fight just to get back our temple. You understand? While this is talking about us defending what we have, we're about to read tomorrow in the Maccabees about how we lost that and how we had to, and all of the sacrifices that it took for us to get that back. Well, we're in that time right now, technically.
Right.
We're in that time right now where we're not in our land. We don't have our inheritance, right? We're under the curses. We got to come back to that tabernacle, but we have to sacrifice to get there. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of suffering, right? And anything that's worth fighting for, you definitely end up having to sacrifice and suffer to do it. And so we're living in that time right now, and that's why it's a charge that's given to the men that God ordained to be in that position, because He knows that they can get the job done. And so it's an honor to do that. Keep going.
Verse 36, and under the custody of Salaki, and under the custody and charge of the sons of Merari shall be the boards of the tabernacle, and the bars thereof, and the pillars thereof, and the sockets thereof,
Uh-huh.
and all the vessels thereof, and all that serveth thereto.
That's literally talking about all the bolts and screws and pillars that are used to build the tabernacle. Because again, it can be taken down and moved somewhere else. It's like a mobile school
Right,
or house of books when we read it in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? So this is think about a moving library basically.
right,
Except this has more of a holy meaning because the records that are therein are for us and us only.
right.
Keep going.
Verse 37, and the pillars of the court round about, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords.
Just explaining it. Keep going.
Verse 38, but those that encamp before the tabernacle towards the east, even before the tabernacle of the congregation eastward, shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons, keeping the charge of the sanctuary for the charge of the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm. And this is heavy too because if it's on the east side, that tells us that it's facing towards Jerusalem is where
Right.
we face right now. But you can imagine that at this time too that definitely was something that was established, having the highest rank on that side. Okay, keep going. And it's got nothing to do with the sun. It just has something to do with facing the Holy Land.
Right.
Keep going.
And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. Verse 39. All that were numbered of the Levites, which Moses and Aaron numbered at the commandment of the Lord, throughout their families, all the males from a month old and upward were 20 and 2,000. Verse 40. And the Lord said unto Moses, number all the firstborn of the males of the children of Israel from a month old and upward, and take the number of their names. Verse 41. And thou shalt take the Levites for me, I am the Lord, instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the cattle of the children of Israel. Verse 42. And Moses numbered, as the Lord commanded him, all the firstborn among the children of Israel. Verse 43. And all the firstborn males by the number of names from a month old and upward of those that were numbered of them were 20 and 2,203 score and 13.
Now, the difference between this and the number that was brought up earlier, this is, of course, referring to a month old and later. And then the 600,000 that we counted before was men that were of age. What was the age again? Was it 18 or 21 or something like that?
Right.
It was somewhere around there where it was a lot of men. Now, this is also telling you something important because this is only keeping track of the firstborn. A lot of these families are big families. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I come from my grandfather. He was a family. He was the youngest of like 7, 8, or it was like at least 8 brothers. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he had any sisters. It was just all brothers. That's some strong families. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so in Israel, this is what it's referring to. But it's referring to this because the reason why this is important is because we know that the inheritance goes towards the firstborn, and so even that was kept track of. You know what I'm saying? This is just, again, keeping it on record so that it's established who is the name that's going to be carrying on that lineage as far as like the inheritance. And it's no knock on any of the other brothers. It's just the order of things. You see what I'm saying? The Most High ordains for someone else to take that place. There's certain things that have happened throughout the scriptures where that does take place, like Aaron's losing his firstborn 2 sons, right? His oldest and the second oldest. And then who would receive the inheritance? Whoever's next man up. You feel me? Any other example in the scriptures where the Most High kind of had somebody move out the way, like when was it Abraham and Hagar had Ishmael? And that wasn't going to be ordained by the Most High for the blessing to be, or at least the covenant. There was blessings given him, but there was a covenant that was going to be given into Isaac, right? As the scripture says, in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Right.
And so that's why it's saying that the Most High has this on record, and there's very few exceptions to that, but exceptions do happen, and it's usually due to natural causes or other stuff that happens. And so this is keeping the record of it. It's very organized and it's very disciplined. When you're reading it, you can really see it. Go ahead.
Verse 44. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Verse 45. Take the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, and the Levites shall be mine. I am the Lord. Verse 46. And for those that are to be redeemed of the 213 of the firstborn of the children of Israel, which are more than the Levites.
So it's talking about the firstborn. Go ahead.
Verse 47. Thou shalt even take 5 shekels apiece by the pole. After the shekel of the sanctuary shalt thou take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs. Verse 48.
It's like a gerah is a weight of 20th part of a shekel, equal to the weight of 16 barley grains, 4 to 5 kara beans. Basically, it's a certain weight to it, right? But what's this also telling you? It's telling you that the money was taken from the firstborn, and these kids, they're the ones that would have the inheritance, meaning that they not only get the inheritance, they also have the responsibility of taking care of the Levites.
Right.
Because that's what it's going to say. It's going to go to them. Go ahead.
Verse 48. And thou shalt give the money wherewith the odd number of them is to be redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons. Verse 49. And Moses took the redemption money from them that were over and above them that were redeemed by the Levites.
He's going to keep explaining that. Keep going.
Verse 50. Of the firstborn of the children of Israel took he the money 1,365 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary.
So that's exactly according to what he was saying. He was telling them to give them a certain amount. Now this was going to be allocated towards the priesthood. Go ahead.
Verse 51. And Moses gave the money of them that were redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons, according to the word of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses.
So it's in a sense where it's like everybody eats because everybody's taking care of each other. And there's a difference between socialism and brotherhood.
Right.
Right? Because America doesn't understand that concept because they always want to be, imbalanced towards the real Israelites. The minorities, they don't really care too much about us. So they always try to minimize what can actually be allocated for us, whether it be businesses, whether it be welfare, whether it be any kind of education system, budgeting and stuff like that. So they're not considering that. So a nation that's ran like that is going to run into all types of problems, poverty in the hood, people running into crime, all types of bad upbringings and influences, right? And when you're talking about something like socialism is different. But at the same time, they're also trying to do some things right by having a healthcare system, having some form of feeding everybody, make sure that everyone's just okay. But then there's the issue where it comes to people that are more lazy, they still get taken care of. Whereas the people that are working their tail off, they don't necessarily get to excel as much as they put in. And so when a situation like this comes into place, like what Israel had, which is predates all of these systems, right? That it's actually designed so that the importance of the priesthood could be taken by the Levites, while the rest of Israel can worry about growing and defending and stuff. But the Levites are so focused on being the priests that they don't have time to grow cattle. They don't have time to go and make the money and stuff like that because their whole job and task was to focus on the upholding of the scriptures. And that's, if you've been in any of the classes, the Isupk classes, you can see in the Isupk, our classes they're very in depth. There's a lot of scriptures. It's hard to memorize everything. You can't memorize every scripture. Right. You know what I'm saying? You're not Denzel Washington in the Book of Eli where you recite the whole King James version after feeling it in Braille. You know what I'm saying? Our minds aren't computers.
Right.
And so it takes a lot of dedication to really fine-tune that craft. And that's why the Most High has this set up to where at this point in time, before the order of Melchizedek, that Israel was set up to where you had that system, right? And so the other tribes will get their edification from the Levites and the Sabbath services and the high holy days. And it would just really, it helps everybody because the Levites were so advanced in their understanding of the scriptures, how it pertains to everyday life and relating to the things that we go through, that when they come in, they're able to teach that. You know what I'm saying? And so all the other tribes will still absorb that wisdom that they spend so much time studying. It's almost like if I were a relative of somebody that was a professional basketball player, as opposed to somebody that grew up without any kind of connections or anything like that? Who's more prone to getting the good training and getting a chance to make it a shot in the big league?
Or the one that was like,
Like Kobe Bryant.
yeah,
Kobe Bryant's father was in the league, right? Kobe Bryant was training from when he was young. He had great resources to teach him. There was an interview when he was like 8 years old, and people were amazed by his skill even when he was 8 or 11 or something like that. And they were like, "Well, you might have a chance to make it in the league." He's like, "Oh, I hope I could do it someday." And here we are talking about how he's one of the top 3 of all time,
right.
right? Even though he missed the most shots in NBA history, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm only hating good. I know he, rise again, brother. But I'm just saying though that he gave my Spurs a hard time.
Mhm.
Let's just say that, and it came through his excellence and the connection. And so the other tribes of Israel, they're able to gain excellence because of that connection, but also because the tribe of Levi, Aaron and his sons, and all the tribes and families you just mentioned, they're able to really fine tune that craft. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You could be a jack of all trades, but sometimes when you just focus on one thing, you can really excel at that one talent. And that's kind of what the system of Israel is supporting. Keep going.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 4, verse 1, in the Lashawam Kadash.
Oh, we're down that. Okay, go ahead.
Wa Yadabar, Yahweh, Al Mashah, Wa Al Aharan,
Go read 14 verses.
La Amar, verse 2, Nasha'ah, Ath, Ra'ash, Banayah, Kwahath, Mathawak, Banayah, Lawayah, Lamashapakatham, Labayath, Abatham. Verse 3, Maban, Shalashayam, Shana, Wama'ailah, Wa'aid, Ban, Kamashayam, Shana, Call, Ba'ah, Latazaba'ah, La'aishawath, Mala'aka, Ba'ahal, Mawa'aid. Verse 4, Za'ath, Ibadath, Banayah, Kwahath, Ba'ahal, Mawa'aid, Quadash, Hakwadashayam. Verse 5, Waba'ah, Aharan, Wabanayawa, Banasai, Hamahana, Wahawaradawa, Ath, Parakath, Hamasach, Wakasawa, Bah, Ath, Arach, Ha'aidath. Verse 6, Wanatha Nawa, Ilayawa, Kasawa, Waya, Salakia, Kasawaya, Iwar, Thakash, Wapara, Shai, Salakia, Waparash, Shaw, Salakia, Wapara, Shawa, Bagad, Kalayal, Thakalath, Mala Ma'ailah, Washamawa, Badayawa. Verse 7, Wa'al. Shalak. Shalakan. Hapanayam. Yaparashawa. Bagad. Thakalath. Wanatha Nawa. Ilayawa. Ath. Hakwa Aidi Rath. Wa'ath. Haka. It's like Hakapa. Hapakath. Wa'ath. Hamana Kwayath.
Remember, you're reading through 14.
Come on, sir. Wa'ath. Kwashawath. Hanasak. Walacham. Hathama. It's like Hathamayad. Ilayawa. Yahaya. Verse 8. Waparashawa. Ilayaham. Bagad. Thawala. Salakia. Thawala Aith. Shanaya. Wakasawa. Athawa. Bamakasa. Iwar. Thakash. Washamar. It's like Washamawa. Ath. Badayawa. Verse 9. Wala kwa Slakia. Wala kwa kawa. Bagad. Thakalath. Wakasawa. Ath. Manarath. Hama'a war. Wa'ath. Narathayah. Wa'ath. Malakwak kaya. Wa'ath. Makatha thayah. Wa'ath. Call. Kalaya. Shamana. Ashar. Yashara Thawa. Lah. Baham. Verse 10. Wanatha Thawa. Salakia. Wanath Nayawa. Atha. Wa'ath. Call. Kalaya. Allah. All. Makasa. I war. Thakash. Wanatha Nawa. Al. Hamawat. It's like Hamawat. Verse 11. Wa'al. Mazabach. Hazahab. Yaparasha. It's like Yaparashaya Yawa. Bagad. Thakat. It's like Thakalath. Wakasawa. Athawa. Bamakasa. I war. Thakash. Washamawa. Ath. Badayawa. Verse 12. Wala kwakawa. Ath. Call. Kalaya. Hashawat. It's like Hasharath. Ashar. Yashara. It's like Yashara Thawa. Bam. Bakwadash. Wanatha Nawa. All. But God, Thakat, it's like Thaka, Thakal, Thakalath, Wakasawa, Awatham, Bamakasa, I war, Thakash, Wanatha Nawa, Al, Hamawat. Verse 13, Wadasha Nawa, Ath, Hamazabach.
See what you can do.
It's good now?
All right, keep
Okay.
going.
Okay, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 4, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Wakalah Aharan Wabanayawa Lakasath
Yeah, because it was on earlier. I don't know what
Ath
happened. All right, keep going.
Hakwadash Wa'ath Kal Kalaya Hakwadash Banasai Hamakala na Salakia Hamakana Wa'akaraya Kan Yaba Awa Banaya Kwahath Lasha Salakia Lasha'ath Wala'a Yaga I Salakia Yaga I Yaga I Iwa all Hakwadash Wama Thawa Allah Masha it's like Masha'a Banaya Kwahath Ba'ahol Mawa'id verse 16 Wapakwadath Allah Izar Ban Aharan Hakahan Shaman Hama'a War Ma it's like Wakwa Tarath Hasamayam Wamana Kath Hathamayat Washaman Hamashaka Pakwadath Call Hamashakan Wakal Ashar Bawa Bakwadash Wabakalayawa verse 17 Wayadabar Yahweh al Masha wa al Aharan la Amar verse 18 al Thakarayathawa Ath Shabbat Mashapakath Hakwa Hathaya Mathawak it's like can I get some water? Hala it's like Hala Wayam verse 19 Waza'ath Aishawa Laham Wakayawa Wala'a Wamathawa Bagashatham Ath Quadash Haquadashium Aharan Wabanawa it's like Wabanayawa just out of the tap yeah Yaba Awa Washama it's like Washamamawa Awatham Ayash Al I Badathawa Wa Al Masha Awa verse 20 Wala'a Yaba'awa La Ra'a Wath Kabalalai Ath Hakwadash Wamathawa. The water. Verse 21. Wayadabar Yahweh al Mashah La Amar. Verse 22. Nasha'a Ath Ra'ash Banaya Gabrasha Wan Gam Ham Labayath Abatham Lamasha Pakatham. Verse 23. Maban Shalashyam Shana Lama Aila Aid Ban Kamashayam Shana Tapaquad Awatham Call Haba'a La Tazaba'a La Ibad Ibadah Ba'al Hal Mawa'id. Verse 24. Za'ath Ibadath Mashapakath Hagara Shanaya La Ibad Wala Mashay Salakya Wala Mashaya like Wala Mashawa'a. Verse 25. Wanasha Awa Ath Yara Salakya Yara Ya Aith Hamashakan Wa'ath Ahal Mawa'id Makasa Awa Wamakasa Hatha Kash Ashar Alayawa Mala Ma'ailah Wa'ath Masak Pathach Ahal Mawa'id. Verse 26. Wa'ath Kwala'aya Hakatazar Wa'ath Masak Pathach Sha'ar Hakatazar Ha'at us like Ashar Al Hamashakan Wa'al Hamazabak Sabayab Wa'ath Mayatha Rayaham Wa'ath Call Kalaya Ibatam Wa'ath Call Ashar Ya Aisha Laham Wayadabar. So like Wayad Bawa. Verse 27. Al Paya Aharan Wa Banawa. It's like Wa Banayawa Thachaya Call Idabath. It's like ya Ibadath Banaya Hagarashanaya Lakal Masha'am Walakal Ibadatham Wapakwadatham Ilaham Bamashamath, Ath, Call, Ma'ash, it's like Masha'am. Verse 28, Za'ath, Ibadath, Masha, Pakath, Banaya, Hagarai, Shanaya, Ba'ahal, Mawa'id, Wama Shamaratham, Bayad, Ayathamar, Ban, Aharan, Hakahan. Verse 29. Where do I read to?
30.
30. Okay. Verse 29. Banaya, Maraya, Lamashapachatham, Labayath, Abatham, Thapaquad, Atham. Verse 30. Maban, Shalashyam, Shana, Wama'ila, Wa'id, Ban, Kamashyam, Shana, Slakia, Shana, Tapakwadam, Call, Haba'a, Latazaba'a, La'ibad, Ath, Ibadath, Ahal, Mawa'id.
All right, let's go ahead and get that in English. Start at verse 15.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 4, verse 15. And when Aaron and his sons have made an end of covering the sanctuary and all the vessels of the sanctuary, as the camp is to set forward, after that the sons of Kohath shall come to bear it, but they shall not touch any holy thing, lest they die. These things are the burden of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 16, and the office of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, pertaineth the oil from the light, and the sweet incense, and the daily meat offering, and the anointing oil, and the oversight of all the tabernacle, and of all that therein is, in the sanctuary, and in the vessels thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17, and the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, verse 18, cut ye not of the tribe of the families of the Kohath, uh,
Kohathites.
Kohathites from among the Levites. Verse 19, but thus do unto them that they may live and not die. When they approach unto the most holy things, Aaron and his sons shall go in and appoint them every one to his service and to his burden. Verse 20, but they shall not go in to see when the holy things are covered, lest they die. Verse 21, and the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, verse 22, take also the sum of the sons of Gershon throughout the houses of their fathers by their families. Verse 23, from 30 years old and upward unto 50 years old shalt thou number them, all that enter in to perform the service to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation.
This is interesting because this almost is parallel to when Christ started to teach. Christ didn't even start teaching until he was about what, like 30?
Right.
In the Levitical priesthood, in the Levite priesthood, it's literally talking about how people are given the task of a priesthood from the age 30 to 50. I have to look and see if there's any examples where that falls outside of that age range. But from my understanding, that's not typically something that you see, at least what we're not reading about right here. Which is interesting because Israel is operated as a military, right? And so when you have a tribe that is separated from the military order, but is also given a very military structure in how they handle the priesthood, it's interesting because whereas the other tribes they have men that can enter into military service right at an age that's like early, you know, to 20, around 20 years old, right? Whereas you have the Levites who spend their adolescence, their 20s, getting ready for that task of being the priest. Now, as far as when that age range more or less changes over time, I got to look a little bit more into that because I know that obviously nowadays we have brothers that come into the school that are able to help with the Sabbath service and do things like that even at an earlier age. So this is something that's interesting because you see that Christ was able to discuss things in the temple when he was a young man, when he was 10 years old, 11 years old, talking about things in the synagogue, getting his, building up his understanding. And you know why I feel like that's important is because this just goes without saying that period of time where you're supposed to be absorbing and studying is very important because it sets the foundation of how you're going to be studious at the time where you start performing the work, doing the things that you got to do, holding an office. You see how he's reading about the office with handling the vessels, the censers, the you know the menorah, all those different things, right? So all of that is a part of the responsibility, but specifically the responsibility of those from the age of 30 to 50. So it's like a 20-year service. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's reasonable because once you hit 50, that would be your retirement from the priesthood and having to do that work. That's what it's describing right here.
Right.
That's what it's describing right here. That goes without saying that there's men of Israel that are over 50 that teach, that do these things. It's like it's who we are.
Right.
So that just becomes it. This is very specific though. And I like it because again, it's almost like it's enforcing a period of time where you're just learning and getting that knowledge down. Some people learn by doing. Some people learn by being involved and being surrounded by people that can teach them different things. This has a mixture of both. So, you know, during the course of life, you're always learning. Even when you hit 30 years old, you're still learning.
Right.
And we're still young when we're 30. Our knees aren't, but our mind is. You know what I'm saying? So there's always more to learn. There's always more to study. And that's why things like this are so interesting to read because we see how Israel is operating in this period of time. This is a foundation of how we're going to operate even in the kingdom because there's a lot of this that's going to pretty much, I mean, when you read it, it's telling you what's going to carry over because even as Christ said, not one jot or tittle from the law shall pass till all things be fulfilled. So looking at this, we'll go ahead and keep reading here though. Go ahead.
Verse 24. This is the service of the families of the Gershonites to serve and for burdens. It's like verse 25. And they shall bear the curtains of the tabernacle and the tabernacle of the congregation, his coverings, and the covering of the badger skins that is above upon it, and the hanging for the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 26. And the hangings of the court, and the hanging for the door of the gate of the court, which is by the tabernacle and by the altar round about, and the cords, and all the instruments of their service, and all that is made for them, so shall they serve. Verse 27. And the appointment of Aaron and his sons shall be all the service of the sons of the Gershonites in all their burdens and in all their service, and ye shall appoint unto them in charge all their burdens. Verse 28. This is the service of the families of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation, and their charge shall be under the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron, the priest. Verse 29. As for the sons of Merari, there shalt thou shalt number them after their families by the houses of their fathers. Verse 30. From 30 years old and upward unto 50 years old, shalt thou number them, every one that entereth into the service to do the work of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 31.
Oh, that's it. We'll stop at verse
Oh.
30. And with that, Imagine. Yeah, go ahead and wrap that.
La Yasra'Allah.
La Yasha. All right, with that, Imagine. Sar. Panya Hakodam. Go ahead, Officer Kapayar. He's going to go ahead and finish off with the Lord's Prayer.
Abanaw,
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kadash,
Kadash.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Shemka,
Shemka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Malaklika,
Malaklika.
Tabah,
Tabah.
Ratazayaka,
Ratazayaka.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Baratiza,
Baratiza.
Kawa, Hayah,
Hayah.
Bashmayim,
Bashmayim.
Latanana,
Latanana.
Lakam,
Lakam.
Ka,
Ka.
Yawam,
Yawam.
Wasalakna,
Wasalakna.
Kabawatna,
Kabawatna.
Kasalakna,
Kasalakna.
Kabawatna,
Kabawatna.
Wala,
Wala.
Kawiyana,
Kawiyana.
Unasai
One.
Abo,
Above.
Aishayna, Yan,
Mayan.
Right,
Right.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Laka,
Laka.
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa. Wahala. Watapara.
Walamya,
Aman.
Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thy kingdom
Thy
come.
kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth,
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day,
Give us this day
our daily
our
bread,
daily bread.
and forgive us our debts,
Forgive us our
as
debts
we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors.
and lead us not,
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us,
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
All right. That Sar. And we're gonna salute the scroll. Oh, Salakia. You know what? Copy yard. We didn't do the rank prayer before. Let's do that real quick.
Who did?
You ever did?
Brock, you talking about the rank and order blessed prayer?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't remember. All right.
Who did? All
right. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brak Yah.
Yabashim Yasha Brakya.
Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Yah.
Now go ahead and set it down. All right, that's going to conclude the Sabbath service. At this time, we're going to give the brothers one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak,
Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yad Yamata. Sar, turn and face the sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak,
Yahweh Shamar Lathah Bashem Yahshua.
Yad Yamata. Dismissed.